Jesse and Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and we are here with a new segment. It's something that we used to do on our podcast and that we originally stole on our podcast from Mugglecast. It's called Fight Club.
Fight Club.
What Fight Club is basically is where we take two characters or two elements of a book and we pin them up into verses and we see who would win overall.
In this one, we're doing one of me and Jesse's age-old fights, which is who Hermione should end up with. So I thought that Hermione should end up with Ron, and Jesse thinks that Hermione should end up with Harry. So we're going to fight it out and debate it out. And when you watch the video at the, when you finish watching it, at the bottom, the first two comments, you'll see Harry with Hermione or Hermione with Ron, and you vote up who you think should be together.
Based on our arguments.
Okay, there
not
you go.
What you just think personally.
Yeah. Also, a fun thing with Fight Club that you can do if you know another booktuber and there is an argument that you guys have always had, you could fight it out in your own fight clubs.
And we also want to see if you guys have an opinion and you want to add like a fight, if you want to add an argument that you don't think that we said or we didn't cover good, make a video and post it as a video response.
Rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
First point, and I can say this because I too have had this hair color, is that Ron and Ginny are both gingers.
That is such not
gingers.
a point.
That is the point that someone gave me. That is the point that someone gave me.
Well, I think people with red hair are hot, so it's another reason why I like Ron. So I think red hair is unique, and it therefore makes the person unique. Who wouldn't want a bunch of really book-smart little redheads running around?
Why is a redheaded kid cooler than a...
I didn't say they were cooler, I just said
why isn't it cool for a brown-haired person to be book smart?
It is, but it's just the uniqueness. It's nice to be unique and have something that makes you stand out from the crowd, and red hair is something that does that. So,
and I can say that because I had red hair, okay? I can say that as a negative point, because I too have had red hair.
I'm all for red hair. So I think Jesse lost that one.
You don't get to pick who lost it, okay?
I'm just saying my opinion. You lost that one.
Well, I think I won that one.
My first point in this is that opposites attract. Ron and Hermione are complete opposites people. Ron is kind of like the airhead, goofy jokester of the group, and Hermione is the smart one who knows what to do all the time. He lightens her up because he's goofy and he makes her not so serious all the time, and she makes him serious. So they're a good couple because opposites attract. They balance each other out.
I'm going to rebuttal that with one of my points. Being pretty much just what you said, Ron doesn't challenge Hermione at all. He is just this goofy guy. He's just playing around all the time. Hermione's trying to be serious and have a serious conversation. And Ron just does not challenge her at all.
Hermione doesn't need to be challenged. She's already perfect in her own way. And the only thing that she needs...
Every girl needs a challenge.
The only thing that she needs is somebody to lighten her up once in a while. And Ron does that for her.
Every girl needs a challenge.
Harry, who's also too serious because he's got the weight of his world on his shoulders. So therefore, Hermione would also have to be the smart one, and she would also have to lighten up Harry's mood too. So it would be too much on her.
I disagree.
I think I won that as well.
Yeah. So are you saying that in a relationship you don't want to be challenged at all?
No, I want my man to give me what I need. And for Hermione, what Hermione needs is a sense of humor. She needs somebody to make the situation less light. And that's what she needs. Every person needs something different, and that's what she needs.
See, I think that since she is always so focused on books and stuff like that, that she needs someone to help her excel in that because that's what she's good at. That's what she loves. That's what she likes. And Ron doesn't do that.
She's already good at that. That's like saying... somebody like Michael Jordan, who's perfect at basketball, needs to be with somebody who makes him even more perfect at basketball. Even when he's already...
he can have fun doing basketball with.
When he's already perfect at basketball.
Doing basketball. When he can have fun playing basketball with.
You can tell we are so down with the athletic terms.
I like to do basketball. Runners wouldn't I guess you don't run, but
no.
Runners, you'd want someone to go run with you.
Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's what you need.
I think that's what Hermione needs,
You need somebody who is a companion and shares all the same things that you like to push you because you're not perfect in any of those.
Oh, this is not an insult Jessie Day.
So that's what you need. But what Hermione needs is somebody to make her happy and make her laugh. That's wrong. So spoilers for Harry Potter, so if you have not read the last one, then don't watch this part. They are on a mission, and Harry, every time he is around Ginny, which is his love interest, he kind of loses sight of the main mission. So if his love interest was Hermione, then he would focus on Hermione instead of the mission at hand, and therefore it might have not turned out the way that they did with destroying Voldemort.
Hermione helps him keep sight of the mission. So even if he was googly-eyed for her, she would still help him keep inside the mission because they would not have been able to defeat Voldemort without Hermione.
No, I didn't say that they were. I didn't say they could defeat the Voldemort without Hermione. What I am saying is Harry needed to be perfectly focused during the mission, and if he would have had his love interest around while he was doing that, then the mission wouldn't have been completed the way that they needed it to be.
See, I think that Hermione and Harry complete each other so much that that's completely false.
No. I won again.
Next to that. My next point that I'm going to say is kind of going along with yours a little bit. Harry and Hermione have been through way more together than Ron and Hermione have.
How so?
All their trials, it's Harry and Hermione that you're reading about, and Ron's just kind of like in the background.
Nuh-uh. He wouldn't.
The Time Turner, he didn't go with them on the Time Turner mission.
Because he was wounded, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was knocked out, but still Harry and Hermione went together. Sorcerer's Stone, Ron was out first, and Harry and Hermione had to go do the rest of it themselves.
No.
Yeah, they went through the Devil's Snare, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Devil's Snare, and then Ron went out in chess, and then Harry and Hermione went all the way to the end together, except for one room.
Ron sacrificed himself because he was the best chess player.
That doesn't mean that they were not together.
He sacrificed himself so the other two could go.
They still were not together. Because he knew that Harry and Hermione were a better team. Harry and Hermione were a better team, and they had to go to the end.
He wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it past that level if it was not for Ron.
It doesn't mean that they still didn't have the end together.
Doesn't mean that Ron's sitting around like all the time like you said he was.
I'm talking about like their everyday things, but I'm talking like the big one. Yeah, I won that one.
Nope.
Definitely.
We should have put which round, who won each round too. My next point is kind of a weak point, that's why I'm using it now, is the moments in the books. It kind of goes along with yours a little bit, is that Hermione and Ron, from the very beginning, even before they were a couple, or even before they realized that they liked each other, they had moments to where you could tell that there was connections and there were sparks flying, even if they themselves didn't know. Hermione and Harry never had any of those moments.
That's not true.
Every time that there was something that came close to that moment, it felt awkward and weird.
That's not true.
It is true. Let me guess your next point.
No. I have a quote from that.
Tell me your
It's from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Let me hear it.
Hermione's lip trembled, and she suddenly dashed at Harry and threw her arms around him. Hermione, Harry, you're a great wizard, you know. I'm not as good as you, said Harry, very embarrassed. She let go and turned away.
Is that when she thought he was dead?
No, it was in the Sorcerer's Stone.
You're reading that out of context.
I am not.
You said
that is the quote. That is the part of the series that made me think Harry and Hermione should be together.
No. When is it? What events happened?
It's at the very end.
Yes, when she thought something bad happened to Hermione.
No, it was before when they were doing the potions in the Sorcerer's Stone. When they were talking about the potions, and she's like, "You're a great wizard, Harry." And it's even in the movie.
Yeah, and the way she says it in the movie is completely different. You're like, "You're a great wizard, Harry."
No.
In reality, she was like, "You're a great wizard, Harry."
That's because she's 11. In Harry Potter and the third one, the Prisoner of Azkaban, she gets scared at one part and automatically grabs Harry's arm first. Oh my! Hermione grabbed Harry's arm.
I'll tell you why. Because when somebody likes somebody else, truly likes them, not like a gee. When they do that, they purposely try to not make contact with them because they do want to make contact with them. And if they do make contact with them, they're scared that they're going to do something that they can't stop themselves from doing.
Disagree. When you like somebody, you try to find every excuse you can to touch them.
You can, but there's some incidents to where if somebody really likes somebody but can't control themselves around them, they'll go out of the way not to touch them.
Hermione is the epitome of control.
No, not when it comes to Ron, she's not. I can see your picture of Ron. What team are you on, Jessie?
Listen, look who Hermione is on in this picture.
That is them. That's Emma Watson right there. That's not Hermione.
Harry is trying to get Hermione to hold on to him real tight while they're riding.
Because he doesn't want her to fall off.
Nope. Because he wants to be close to her.
No, it's because he's afraid she's going to fall off. He's like, I need her brains. She can't be dashed on the mountainside. I need her.
You better hold on to me. Hermione was holding Harry very tight around the waist.
She's scared of flying.
Every chance to get closer.
No.
My next point is that Harry and Hermione are both outcasts. Hermione is a mudblood, and she's also the smartest person in the class. So, excuse me for using mudblood derogatorily. Hermione's a mudblood that is the smartest person in their class. Everyone thinks she's kind of weird. Like, even Harry and Ron don't really like her at the very beginning until they fight the troll together. Harry is freaking Harry Potter, so he's obviously an outcast. He's always got the weight of the world on his shoulders. And they constantly bonded from the beginning of the series because of this and because of the fact that they both understand the human world or the muggle world. And Ron's just kind of clueless when it comes to it. Quote of that, too, where...
She's just full of quotes.
Well, I don't actually have this one written down, I just remember it. Ron tries to call Harry and is yelling over the telephone, and he thinks, Hermione would have known not to do that.
First of all, Harry is not an outcast. He's famous. He's freaking Harry Potter. He's the one who made Voldemort go away. That doesn't make him an outcast.
Nobody understands him. Famous. Nobody understands him. He's alone.
Famous.
He is alone, and nobody understands him.
And I think Ron is more an outcast than Harry is, because Ron's family is kind of looked down upon because they're poor and their father works for the Ministry of Magic. He's always got secondhand clothes on and everything, so I think Ron's more an outcast than Harry is. Harry's famous.
I don't necessarily mean like outcast. I mean like
outcast
are like
is somebody.
alone.
No, an outcast is somebody who doesn't fit into the society mold.
Harry doesn't fit into the society mold.
He doesn't, but he's famous.
And Hermione doesn't fit into the society mold. Ron is low tier society.
No.
I don't think that like. I love Ron, okay? I still love Ron. I'm biased because I had a little crush on Harry Potter when I was 11, so.
Yeah, I had a crush on Ron.
But you were 17, that's a little weird.
It doesn't matter. No, I have a crush on him when he got older, when he was little. I'm like,
you have a crush on Rupert Grant.
Yes.
That's different.
All right, my turn.
I don't have a crush on Daniel Radcliffe.
My next point is, if Harry married Hermione and Ron married somebody else, then they wouldn't be family. They would be family through friendship, but they wouldn't be legal family. Since Harry married Ginny and Ron married Hermione, they are all by law family. And if it was switched up, then they wouldn't be. And that would be a bummer. Because it's so cute that at the end that they all have kids and they're all family by law.
My rebuttal to that is that, one, they could be family because Ron's kids could marry Harry's kids, and then they'd be family by in-laws. Two, sometimes personal bonds are closer than familial bonds.
No, I'm not saying that their bonds either way would have been different, but I'm saying it's nice that they have a legal
I'm just saying it doesn't matter.
to where they wouldn't ever fall apart if anything ever happened, because they're family. And I don't think that their kids marrying is as cool as
it
them.
still counts, though.
No, but still
counts.
They get to be family sooner.
I win that one.
No, you do not.
My next one is kind of not as good either. It's kind of along with what I said with like Ron not challenging her, but it's how good Harry is for her, because Hermione's so intelligent and she's constantly teaching Harry and Ron new things, Harry and Ron new spells, and Harry has the intelligence and the courage to use those spells and to put those spells into action, and Ron doesn't really ever do that. He kind of uses them sometimes, but he doesn't really have the courage and the cojones to really man up and do it.
Yes, he does!
And Harry definitely uses it a lot. I mean, he does help kill Voldemort.
No, I can't even come up with a rebuttal with that one, because that's just such bullcrap. I throw it out the window. That's my rebuttal. It's been thrown out the window because it's such poopy.
Yeah, and I also just want to say that I think Harry and Hermione were on a dead track to get together
to matrimony.
to matrimony until book 5, when Harry got an attitude. When he started really getting the weight of the world on his shoulders and really got an attitude, that's when she started swaying towards Ron. Until then, I think she was fully up on the Harry train.
No, because she realized in that one that Ron's the one who lightened the situation every time, so she'd rather be with him, and then there's such a wet rag as Harry Potter.
The 5th book is what changed it all.
Right.
Until then, 4 out of the 7 books. That's 4 out of the 7.
This is my powerhouse one, too. This is the one that's really going to knock it out of the park. And that is, J.K. Rowling deemed it so. It's her world. It's her rights. She's the one who has the last say-so, and she's the one who deemed it so. So we have to accept that no matter what. So it's her world, and that's what she picked, too.
My rebuttal to that is,
she was on drugs.
she was obviously on crack.
She was drinking.
It's lung pressure to write Harry Potter books, okay? Gotta cut her some slack. The only rebuttal to that is a really good point, because, you obviously always think that the author is right. Mm-hmm. But besides her being on drugs, I think that it was an easy way to solve the situation, because Harry and Ginny were happy, Ron and Hermione were happy. So it was an easy... I'm not saying she took an easy out or anything like that either. I'm just saying it is a very easy solution.
No. J.K. Rowling was on point with everything in that story, including Ron and Hermione's relationship.
How about how creeped out Harry was of Ginny when she first had a crush on him in Chamber of Secrets?
I do agree. I do not think Harry should be with Ginny. I am on that one all the way. I think it works, but I don't
J.K. Rowling deemed it so.
She deemed it so I accept it. So I accept it.
Yeah.
But yeah, J.K. Rowling deemed it so BAM!
Yeah, I disagree.
In the comments, you will see the two categories,
categories
of Ron and Hermione and Harry. But which one you think won?
Which one you think won from this video, and then you can comment and say what you think, like who you think should be together.
Yeah.
But
so
just on this, based on this Fight Club, who you think won?
So hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys had fun with it like we did. And yeah, see you later.
See you later, alligator.
Bye guys. Ron wins.
No. That's not fair. You can just cut it out if I say Harry wins.
Jesse, say Harry wins.